Hello then, I'm Darren Milby, once again backstage here at Morecambe Carnival 2018, and I'm joined by Nathan from Brother Beyond. How you doing?
I'm doing good, really happy to be here.
Well, welcome to Morecambe. Have you been before?
I have actually, I've played Morecambe a couple of times.
Okay, cool.
Never the Carnival, but I've heard about it. I have some friends that live in Morecambe, so and they say, oh, the Carnival's great, it's a vibey atmosphere, you'll love it, all the family, bring them along. They decided to stay at home because they're just rubbish, but it was all planned, they were all going to be here. But yeah, it looks like the weather's holding off, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and it's a fantastic crowd out there as well, it's really good.
Okay, good.
So you'll enjoy.
I'm ready.
Excellent. And of course, Brother Beyond, I mean, did you still think 30 years on, you'd still be singing these hits, they'd still be as popular as ever, and you know, it's great, isn't it?
Oh, I never thought 30 years on, which it literally is. This week, 30 years ago.
Is it really? Wow.
The Harder I Try was in the charts.
Fantastic.
And yeah, it was all like new and exciting. We were just done Top of the Pops, and yeah, to think of sort of back then that 30 years later I'd be singing this song on Morecambe Beach.
There you go.
It's a funny old life sometimes. Yes.
And of course, you were with Stock Aitken and Waterman back in the day, 30 years ago. I mean, everything they touched turned to gold. They were amazing, weren't they?
Yeah, and we were lucky enough to be part of that period where it was Kylie, Jason, Rick, Sonia. You know, it was their sort of halcyon moment. Everything they did was like hit after hit after hit. And the way they explained how they kind of did it, because when they called me to come and sing the song, that morning they hadn't written it.
Seriously?
That's what Mike told me.
Wow.
And so, literally, Pete sort of said he came in that morning with a title. And he said, what about this? Can we do something with this title? The Harder I Try, a bit of a Motown feel. And that's how good they are. Imagine someone coming into you and saying, here's the title of the song, now write me the song to go with it. And that's what they did.
They wrote a song in less than a day, 30 years on, people still singing it. That's blown my mind.
Yeah, it's that when you hear Pete talking about the Kylie Minogue story and, you know, she should be so lucky and all like that, you know, because apparently she was waiting in reception for hours and they're like, what? Who's here? Who from what? What TV show? It was all that. So when you hear his story about how they wrote, or you know, did that song,
they wrote that song while she sat there in reception waiting.
Something
for
like that. Yeah,
wow.
yeah. I mean,
wow.
Pete's told the story 1,000 times, but yeah, it's similar to The Harder I Try. They wrote them on the day like that.
Yeah.
You know.
And of course, 30 years ago, pop stars were pop stars. I mean, you were huge at the time, weren't you?
It's a different era, and I think, you know, when you had magazines like Smash Hits that would sell 1 million copies.
Yeah.
Everyone watched one show to see their bands, and that show was Top of the Pops.
Yeah.
So when you made it onto that show, that was like, wow, I'm here, and I can't believe it's so small.
Is it really? Is it tiny on the studio?
Tiny.
Wow.
3 stages, and they would push 50 people in front of the camera from this stage, then push them over to the other stage, then push them over to that one.
Oh, wow.
And you obviously, when you're watching it on TV at home, you thought, oh, it's so big.
Yeah,
You know, no, it's really like, wow, is this it? But yeah, I think for those reasons, there was less places to find the bands. So, you know, everyone would watch the same thing at the same time. So I don't know. It was a big era. The 80s was big for music. Music was one of the most important things in your life because you didn't have games consoles as a boy or a girl. You know, it was sort of music, football, films, and kind of that was it really. You know what I mean? It shaped your life.
And you were really young when you did Top of the Pops and had Harder to Try and massive hits back then, weren't you?
Yeah, I was young, but you know,
young boy thrust into the limelight.
Yeah, stupid young boy. I think silly idiot who didn't know how to. When he got some money, didn't know what to do with it except spend it, and much more sensible now. God, I've had my time again. He's so wealthy. Oh my God.
And yet you don't look any different now. What's the secret for this? We need to know.
I think really I just live a healthy life. I don't do anything in excess. Always keep fit.
That's working
eat well.
Yeah.
Don't stress. Don't stress. If you do spend all your money, don't worry about it. You know, you always get another chance to get it back.
Yeah, that's true. So what's going on with you at the moment, apart from Morecambe Carnival, obviously?
So I was very lucky in that in the 80s, Brother Beyond, but in the 90s, I had my other band, Worlds Apart, and we had great success in France. So last weekend, I was in Germany, singing with Blue.
Oh, okay.
They were there. 2 weeks before that, we were in France. So yeah, in fact, the French people have no idea about Brother Beyond.
Oh, really?
They don't
They're
know
just
it-
worlds
they-
apart,
like,
yeah.
worlds apart. What's this Brother Beyond? No. So it's great. I've had these 2 sort of lives, and next year I do worlds apart. Do a 25-day tour with Technotronic
Awesome.
and Corona and all other French acts you've never heard of.
Okay.
So we're doing that, and then I'm doing lots of Let's Rock festivals, 80s festivals in the summer. So next year will be much busier than this year, and this was a busy year. So
Wow, good.
I'm like blessed. I'm like, wow,
Oh, that's amazing.
How does this happen? And it's brilliant. So it's great.
And do you speak French?
Je sais de parler en français, yeah, you know, comme j'ai ici. No,
Très bien.
I speak a little bit on stage, and some of our songs were in French. You know, Je te
Okay.
donne is probably Worlds Apart's biggest hit. So we converse on stage, but it's so hard when you don't live there.
Yeah,
I
of
lose
course.
it all the stuff I used to be really good at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, listen, Morecambe Carnival is a fantastic event. The crowd is amazing. You'll have a ball, honestly, you will do.
Great, I am looking forward to it. I am ready.
Yes.
On y va, as they say in France.
Well, enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Brilliant, great to be
Merci.
here.